Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, for advancing our efforts to perfect the best possible solution to global warming crisis. The science is in. The consensus is clear that global warming is real and that the consequences are already impacting us. The cost of inaction is much greater than the cost of a well-crafted legislative solution. The cost of continuing to do nothing is impacting much more than polar bears. It will start hurting consumers where they live, not just in some exotic place in a travel magazine. It will hit families in their pocketbooks as they're already reeling from the high price of our addiction to fossil fuels. Inaction endangers our health, our wealth, and our national security. 92 members of this House, including a majority of the Democratic members of this Ways and Means Committee, are sponsors of H.R. 6316, the Climate Matters Act. It is the first cap-and-trade legislation to receive primary referral to this committee. H.R. 6316 places a strong but achievable cap, a limitation on greenhouse gas emissions, which can be coordinated in an auction, a Treasury-administrated auction, and which will then rely on the free market to set a cost on a pollution by the ton. When we introduce an improved version of this bill in the next Congress, I sincerely hope that it will gain bipartisan support. But whatever your view on the mechanics of this particular bill, Ranking Member McCrary has made clear that we should have unanimity in this committee about our active role on this very critical issue. As today's witnesses will make clear, transitioning to a less carbon-dependent economy will involve the raising of hundreds of billions of dollars in new revenue. And if we are to maintain competitiveness, Americans must be concerned about the trade implications of this legislation, particularly those countries who initially declined to join the transition to a carbon-free economy. Revenue and trade are two cornerstones of this committee's responsibility. And the Climate Matters bill also addresses a third, and that's health care. Instead of massive public giveaways or pollute-free cards, the Climate Matters Act would auction allowances and apply the resulting revenues to a Healthy Families Fund to address the health care challenges that plague so many American families and businesses. And the cap-and-trade bill, as one of our witnesses suggests, is also a cap-and-invest bill, investing these auction revenues in infrastructure, in industry, and universities with research and development, in clean energy, in our workforce. 10 states, from Maryland to Maine in the Northeast, in the West, 7 states, including California and 4 Canadian provinces, are already beginning to implement at the state level a cap-and-trade system. Both of our presidential candidates, Republican and Democrat, have endorsed a cap-and-trade system. I think it's clear that there is a consensus that we can either run the new economy less dependent on fossil fuels or get run over by it. And I look forward to working in goodwill with all of those willing to fashion legislative solutions based on good science. I believe that the Climate Matters bill, H.R. 6316, which the witnesses will be addressing, is a good place to begin. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.